So, Spyfall Part 2, The Aftermath. What do I think of Spyfall Part 2? Now, my opinions have stayed pretty much the same as they were when we reviewed the episode. I think it's a really good story, but it does lose the flow and the sort of pacing and the plot of Part 1. Like, out of nowhere we are jumping from different time periods, and it's kind of messy, but it's messy that I enjoy because Sacha Dhawan as the Master is absolutely phenomenal. Jodie Whittaker's acting was completely up to level in that episode. So yeah, I'm still going to say no, it didn't fail, but it was slightly underwhelming.
Hello, my name is Elliot from the channel Hakuna Matata. Welcome to Aftermath here on Time of the Whovians United. I joined for the reviews of Episode 3, Orphan 55, and the review of Episode 8, The Haunting of Villa Diodati. So my thoughts on Orphan 55 have not changed. For me, this episode was unfortunately still a fail. The message I thought was fantastic, but annoyingly, the deliverance of it was not great and really stuck out too much of a sore thumb.
So having had more time to think about this story, and actually having seen it 4 times now, I do really enjoy this one. And in fact, I enjoy it a little bit more than the first time I saw it. I think the Doctor is really good in it, and in particular, I love the actor who portrays Nikola Tesla. I think Nikola Tesla is really great in this episode, and I like how the episode follows him for a great portion of it and makes him kind of the center of the story. That really works to make this one feel a little bit different than some other historical episodes. And the setting in this one is particularly good, and it contributes to the atmosphere, also contributed to by the music by Sagan Akinola, which is really good and helps to make this episode feel a little bit unique, even when the story and the villain aren't actually that unique and are very familiar. And those elements are a little bit weaker, but they don't really drag this episode down for me because I think it's pretty good. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. I liked it. And even though it's on the weaker end of Series 12 for me, I had a fun time with it. And when I revisit in the future, I'm still going to have a fun time with it.
Next episode is Praxeus. Now, what do I think of Praxeus? I still think, compared to most of Series 11 and most of Series, just Series 11, because it doesn't compare to Series 12, it is on the border of failure, but I think the characters are engaging, the couple actually get a proper arc, and they're happy in the end, and there are proper stakes, because I did think the guy was going to die, and yeah, I think it's a really nice little self-contained story. The only point that sort of drags it all the way down is the fact that it's slap bang after Fugitive of the Judoon, which just smacked everyone over the head with cannon and stuff, and it's really sort of to go from that great episode to a meh episode. But no, I don't think it failed. I think it was still a success.
Alright, so this is my section on Can You Hear Me, which is obviously the episode of the Time of the Whovians review that I featured in, shockingly. And in the review, I said that it did not fail, but it was just barely a did not fail. Looking back on it, I think I might have been a little bit too nice to this episode. Maybe I'm just more cynical now after the reveal of the whole Timeless Child arc revelation. But generally, I feel pretty safe in saying that if this episode was in any other series of the show, it would just be kind of seen as one of the meh episodes. So yeah, it didn't fail, but it is very reluctant didn't fail. Okay, thanks for watching my segment. Back to the rest of them.
Moving on to The Haunting of Villa Diodati. This for me was still a brilliant episode. I really enjoyed this one. And I thought it set up fantastically what was to be a very good finale in the end for Series 12. Lots of questions being asked with not many answers. So all in all, I think that Orphan 55 is still a fail and The Haunting of Villa Diodati is a no-fail. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Aftermath.
Hello viewers of Time of the Whovians United. Apparently I have 1 minute to tell you guys my final thoughts on The Timeless Children 1 week or so on from when it aired. I've watched it 2 or 3 times since we did that lovely video discussing it. And I still think it's a success. My viewpoint hasn't changed to it's suddenly a complete failure of an episode. No, it's not perfect. Yes, it is divisive and controversial, but ultimately for me, the changes to the lore of the programme personally add to the character of the Doctor and the mystery surrounding the character of the Doctor rather than destroying the show. I feel like it is a bit of hyperbole to say that this has destroyed 56 years of canon, it's the end of the programme, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's true. I feel like it was an episode that had both a plot and the interesting revelations around the Timeless Child as well, which meant it was able to kind of work from both sides of things. It ends on quite a fun conclusion as well, of course, with the Doctor being trapped in the prison, which I'm sure will lead into the special revolution of the Daleks as well. So yeah, ultimately it's an episode with, I think, a lot of excitement and intrigue around it. It's one that I'm sure is going to be debated for years to come as to whether it's actually good or bad or somewhere in the middle, what the things actually mean for the future of Doctor Who. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed it.